We are live. Welcome, guys, back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I'm Timothy Earle. Today, we've got Game 6 of the World Series. We have three games in the NHL and 8 games in the NBA. So a decent-sized card today. But before we jump into all of it, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Check out all links in the description below, including the YouTube, the Twitter, the TikTok, and the Instagram. Even though we really don't, I don't know why I keep saying Instagram. We really don't post on there. But make sure you guys are following the TikTok. Trying to reach 1,500 followers. We're currently 29 away. So the way that the TikTok's been growing, hopefully we could try to hit that by the end of the stream tomorrow. But make sure you guys are following on TikTok. And make sure you guys are subscribing on YouTube if you haven't already. We're trying to hit 4.2K subscribers. We're 20 away. It keeps going down instead of up. So if you guys can help us out with that, trying to reach 4,200 followers on YouTube. We'll go ahead and look back at what happened yesterday. And once again, I can't get out of this run I'm in. I've been negative in 5 out of the last 6 days. And the one day that I wasn't negative, I was exactly 0.00 break even. So it's been kind of a rough little run. I'm hoping we can kind of work our way through it yesterday. And a couple of things could have flipped one way and I could have won. I had Philly puck line. That was nice. Plus 175. That was a winner. One of my flips that didn't go my way, I had the Sabres in overtime. I had the Sabres. Went to overtime and they lost. Thompson did not score either. I was plus 140. That one was a loser. Charlotte plus 3.5. They lose by 16, so that was not the play there. Marshall minus 6.5. They lose by 17. Not ideal there. UTSA plus 6. They win outright by 22, and I feel like that's kind of the end of Tulane's chances at the playoff after losing that game because yikes. Islanders and the Blackhawks were both losers. Weren't even close, 5-2 and 6-2. Oh, sorry, 6-3 and 6-2. Pittsburgh Penguins were a winner. That got there at plus 150, so we will definitely take that. Blues puck line was a loser. They lose in shootout. The Golden State Warriors lose by 10. That was rough there. One of the other ones that it shouldn't have been a flip. It should have been a play that I should have won. Because the Ravens were up 28-6 in the midway through the third quarter and then didn't score the rest of the game. Yeah, I had over 28.5. So, of course, they didn't get there. That was a loser. We did end our night with 3 straight winners with the under in the Heat game, with the Rangers money line, and with the over in the Sharks game. Sharks win, what is that, 5-2? Wow, how about them Sharkies taking care of a very good Devils team. So very nice to see there. I realized that my phone's not plugged in and it's going to die if I don't plug it in. And considering that we're live on TikTok on my phone, I kind of need that to be the live. So let's quickly plug that in. Loop. Perfect. But it was a bad day yesterday. Hopefully we can get a winner today. Hopefully it won't be a trick. It'll be a treat for me. I don't give a shit if it's Halloween. We're here to win money. We are here to win money. And I do have my Halloween jersey on. I got a Terrifier jersey, and it's got art on it. So love that. Fun jersey for the stream. And ready to roll into the show. Happy Halloween. Yes, happy Halloween. Let's jump into it, and we'll start off in the World Series. Actually, let me make sure I didn't miss any chat in the TikTok. QFizz, appreciate you following the TikTok. Nope, no chats, so we're good to go there. We'll jump into Game 6 of the World Series. We got the Dodgers and the Blue Jays. The Dodgers are minus 145 with a total of 7.5. We got Yamamoto taking on Gausman. Yamamoto is coming off of back-to-back complete games. which you do not see anymore, which is why it's actually kind of crazy that we actually saw. We've seen what he's done so far. So good on him. He's been actually that's very, very impressive. He was coming off of a bad start against the Phillies before the 2 complete games. So he's looked really well. On the opposite side, you got Kevin Gausman, who pitched in game 2. He didn't look horrible, but 6 2/3 innings of 3 earned runs, 4 hits. It could have been a lot better for him. So I'm going to, although I do like the Blue Jays tonight, I did grab Toronto. I have them to win the World Series, so I think that they get it tonight. I really prefer this does not go another game, because then all of a sudden you got Ohtani and Glass now ready. So a little bit tricky if this one goes another game. Give me the Blue Jays in this one. Blue Jays money line. I got plus 120, plus 123 on this one. So I like Toronto tonight. Dodgers money line is free, right? It's free. Are these your picks? No, I stole them from somebody else. Yes, these are my picks. Do you like the Celtics tonight? I do. They're right here. Yoink, right here. Yep, Celtics tonight. Well, but that is the one baseball game. Obviously, there's only one baseball game. Now, we'll head to the hardwood. And Bless in the TikTok chat asked about it, so we shall now talk about it. We've got the Celtics and the Sixers. We've got the Sixers at a 1.5-point favorite with a total of 233.5, and you're actually getting a little bit more. I actually see -1.5 for Boston now. So since I've typed up the games, we've gotten a line movement towards the Celtics. So that's very interesting to see as well. And when I looked at it, you got a Celtics team that is so far 2-3 to start the year. They're kind of struggling without Tatum, although they now have back-to-back wins after starting off 0-3. They do have wins against the Pelicans, and then a 20-point win versus the Cavs, which was very, very impressive. On the opposite side, you got the Sixers, who did beat the Celtics in their first game. Am I first? There we go. Did beat the Celtics in their first game, which I did not have. Oh, no, sorry, I did. I did have that. And I look at the Celtics. Sorry, the Sixers. 4-0, 3-1 against the spread. They did not cover versus Charlotte, but they've covered against everybody else. Obviously, this is a dog to favorite line. With the more tickets on the Sixers, but more money on the Celtics, it makes me like the Boston Celtics in this game. I did get them at -108. Also, you got a little bit of a revenge spot. You got a team that already beat them game 1 of the season, so you're going to have the Celtics want to get back at them. Give me the Celtics today, money lining at -108. Jazz. Sorry. That's a monster money line. I'm not going to talk you off of it. I just have the under. Nuggets spread looking good. I actually lean Blazers. I took the over, though, and I took Nikola Jokic triple-double. I took Toronto to win 4-2 at +475 before Game 5. What's it, after or before Game 5? You liking the Nuggets covering the spread against the Blazers? All right, Carl, I will say, and I'm guessing that you probably knew, I will answer your question. I break down every single game. So if I don't get to your comment right away, it's because I'm in the middle of a game or I'm reading somebody else's comment. Blazers will win. I like the over in that game. Ducks. I did not bet that game. It's a lean towards the Ducks. Eli's saying Dodgers money line. No. I think the World Series is over tonight. I'm hoping it's over tonight. And then Boston, yes. We like the Boston Celtics on the money line. Let's jump into the next time. We got the Hawks and the Pacers. The Hawks are sitting at -2.5 with a total of 232.5. We've got the Hawks 2-3 this year. They are coming off of a win, but no cover versus the Brooklyn Nets, which was very interesting. They are 2-3. They're 1-4 against the spread, so they do not cover. And the only other team they beat was Orlando, who has really not looked good to start the year. Now, with that being said, the Pacers are 0-4, and they're but they're 3-1 against the spread. They did not cover versus Memphis, but they did cover versus Oklahoma City, versus Minnesota, and versus Dallas. And I think they get their first win of the night, first win of the season. This is a Pacers team that, no, I'm not super high on, but the way that the line's coming in, you've got it moving from, let me get there, 3 to 2.5. And when it came to it, I really like the spot for it. This just seems like a game that you can get a little bit of an upset. Line's moving that way. Money's coming in the right way on the Pacers. I just grabbed their money line at plus 115. So I did take the Pacers today, upset the Hawks, and get their first win of the season. So give me the Pacers, and you're with me. I like it. I like Pacers. Yes. No way, man. They need more views. They need more monies off views and make a game 7. Yeah. No. We've said that plenty of times, and that's why there's actually very few game 7s. Syracuse, yes. Syracuse have a backup quarterback. Cool. I've been fading UNC all year long. This is not really a backing of Syracuse. This is a fading of UNC. Big Rick, I appreciate you following the stream. Tyrese dropping 30 tonight. I hope not. I have the Celtics. What's your reasoning behind the Celtics? The Celtics have gone from dogs to favorites in that game. And whenever I see that with the money coming in the way it is, that's a dog to favorite spot that I like. Gonzo, appreciate you following the stream. And Ivan, appreciate you following the stream. Bunch of follows. If you guys have not followed already, go ahead and do so. Ken, appreciate you following the stream. We're now at 24 followers away from 23 followers away from 1,500. So hopefully we can get there. And Rai, appreciate you following the stream as well. Let's get it. I flipped to 76ers money line. No, don't flip. No flipping. We like the Celtics today. Come on. I love Toronto and Boston picks. Yeah, me too. I think. Which Toronto? I have 2 Torontos today. Right? I have 2 Torontos today. Yeah, I have 2 Torontos today. Speaking of the Toronto team, the Toronto Raptors and the Cleveland Cavaliers. You've got Cleveland sitting at -5.5 with a total of 239.5. This is a Raptors team that's 1-4 to start the year and 1-4 against the spread. Their only cover was game 1 versus the Hawks, and they have not really looked great since. On the opposite side, you got Cleveland, who's sitting at 3-2, but 1-4 against the spread. They covered against the Pistons. Other than that, they have not really done much good this year in the covering department. And this line opened up in, around 8.5? Yeah, 8.5. Even up to 9s, and it's dropped down to 5.5 in some places. I was able to get 6. I think Toronto's live to win tonight in this game because the way the line's moving, it's sinking towards it. And 64% of bets and 55% of the money is on Cleveland. And the line's moving heavily towards the Raptors. I think the Raptors win this game. I wouldn't talk anybody off of Raptors money line. I'm on the Raptors +6. Nope, I do not like NHL. I do not like the Cavs. No Cavs today. Raptors, yes. Big time. Appreciate you following the TikTok. You're good, Jake. Is Memphis minus 13.5 not the best bet for the Rice game? Rice hasn't played anyone. I personally am on the under in the Rice game. I don't expect Rice to score much at all. But I'm not going to lay the 13.5 on Memphis just because they are coming off of a huge win versus USF to keep their playoff hopes alive. I'm not going to be sold in on Memphis today. I think that's way too big of a line. I couldn't decide between Pacers and Hawks. I'm on the Pacers. JT, appreciate you following the stream. Cavs 200 to be honest. They have, yes. So you don't think UNC is going to win? No. No, I do not. Have you seen UNC? No, I do not. Okay, Lingo and Stitch, I will say, I will read your chat. I promise I'll read your chat. If I don't get it right away, it's because I am in the middle of a game. And I will not. I'm not going to stop talking about a game to answer a chat. I'll come back to the chat after the game, so I will get to it. Why do I like the Pacers? The way that the line's moving, the way that the money's coming in, it pushes me towards the Pacers. Big Asian, appreciate you following the stream. Raptors, yes, I like the Raptors today. Golden Knights might win. I like the Colorado Avalanche. That is a dog to favorite spot for me. Not worried about Cuse's sandwich game. No. Johnny, what's up? Appreciate you following the TikTok. Thoughts on the Lakers money line? I stayed away from that Laker game. Absolutely stayed away from it. Is Memphis money line a good anchor? I mean, that's going to be super freaking expensive. But I don't know. Suns money line today is 2 is a lock. I did not bet that Suns game. Who did the Suns get today? Jazz. I stayed off that game. Cavs are without D. Mitch, Allen, Garland, Strus, and Morrell. Crazy, right? And they're still winning games. Patrick, appreciate you following. Nuggets money line. If you're gonna bet the Nuggets, it's got to be the spread. I just took Joker and I took the over. This Nuggets team has scored over 120 points in every single game so far. So I'm expecting a big game, a high scoring game as well. Why do you like Toronto? Which Toronto? I like the Raptors and I like the Blue Jays today. Mitchell ain't out, but okay. I was just reading the comments. Let's continue to the next one. We've got the New York Knicks and the Chicago Bulls. The Knicks are minus 5.5 with a total of 233.5. This is a Bulls team that's still undefeated. 4-0 to start the year. 4-0 against the spread. I believe they've been a dog in every. No, they were a favorite in one game. They were a favorite in one game. They cover the 4.5 point spread versus Sacramento. They won by 13. They look really good. On the opposite side, you got the New York Knicks who are 2-2. Granted, the Knicks have actually had to play. Who did the Knicks play? Their losses are to Miami, in Miami, and at Milwaukee. So 2 losses there. They do have wins against Boston and Cleveland. But the way that those lines moving, I think that Chicago is no longer going to be undefeated after tonight. There's a line that opened up at 3.5, and it's gone to 5.5. I am on the Knicks. I got them at 5. I think this is a line that's going to go. I think this is a game that's going to finish Knicks by double digits. So I'm going to be on New York in this one versus the Bulls. I think the Bulls' undefeated season will be over. Ken saying Raptors. Why do you like Toronto? The Cavs are a horrible covering team, and I think the Raptors can keep it close. Joker points. I got Joker triple-double, so I'm down for anything Joker, yes. Blue Jays not winning today. They won a Game 7 where Toronto wins. I think Toronto wins tonight. Do you think Raptors just cover but likely lose? Could. That could definitely be a case there. Mr. Oh Boy, I appreciate you following the TikTok. Chicago plus 5. Nope. Chicago team total over 4-14. Nope. I'm against you on those. That's fine. I will say this next game, the line moved way too much for me to even be comfortable with. We've got the Lakers and the Cavs. The Lakers and the Grizzlies. The Lakers are now 1.5-point favorites with a total of 238.5. And this line opened up at Memphis minus 5.5. And it's now Lakers minus 1.5. And with the way that everything's coming in, a lot of money's coming in on the Lakers, so the line makes sense. But when a line goes from 3.5 and it flips to 1.5, it's Lakers or nothing. I'm just not going to trust the Lakers right now. The Lakers are actually playing good basketball. They're 3-2 so far this year. They have wins against two wins against Minnesota and one against Sacramento, which I consider Sacramento the worst team in the West. Lost to Portland and a loss to Golden State on open night. My guess is that Luke is probably, I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure out why the line would move that much. Memphis this year 3-2 as well. Wins against Phoenix, Indiana, and New Orleans. Losses to Miami and Golden State. I guess it's Lakers or nothing, but I went with nothing in this game. I didn't feel like I had to go after it, and that line movement, there was a lot of it. So I passed. Sup, bro? Do you hit a lot of these parlays? None of these are parlays. They're all straight bets. Nuggets money line. Thoughts? I think if you're going to bet the Nuggets, you've got to take them on the spread. I'm never taking them on the money line. And the only reason why is I'm never laying that much. Or these individual plays these are individual plays. You think the Cavs are winning tonight? No. What do you think Cavs money line? I'm never going to recommend anything over minus 130. I'm not going to recommend anything over minus 130. Luka over 31 points. Okay, if Luka's back in, then that explains the line movement. And yeah, if Luka's playing, then he's going to score. He's got to. Is Golden Knights a good bet? No, I have the Colorado Avalanche tonight. Luka's playing tonight. There you go. Luka should be back. There we go. I appreciate that, guys. I did not read up on that. Another reason why I didn't bet it is I just didn't have the time to read up on and see whether or not Luka was playing. So appreciate that. Bulls taking it. I'm on the opposite side. Cavs money line. I'm never going to recommend anything. Over minus 130, home game. What do you think about Luka over points? He's got to score, especially with LeBron still out. Why nothing over 130? I don't like laying any juice over minus 130. It's kind of just a rule for me. I love to go after plus money. I'm just not going to go after I'm personally not going to go after anything minus 130 or higher. I just don't feel like there's any value on it. Dodgers winning tonight, then Jays in 7. That's a possibility. I'm just not going to buy into it. Greatest, appreciate you following. Eli, appreciate you following. Big Perp, I appreciate you following. Big follow train. I love it. If you guys have not followed already, there's 44 people in the TikTok chat. I absolutely love it. TikTok chat is going off today. We're only 9 followers away from 1,500. So make sure 11 followers away from 1,500. Make sure you guys are following. Just can you do a two-legger? Take any of these teams and put them into a two-legger. I personally don't bet parlays. Lakers or Grizzlies tonight. I guess it would be a lean towards the Lakers, but no pass. Marshall did us so bad yesterday. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. But who do you call it was good? UTSA was good. They won outright. Memphis money line. I'm not going to talk you off of it, NHL. Why don't you bet parlays? Because to me, parlays are not profitable. I don't believe parlays are profitable. I always lose them by a leg, so I'm not going to bet parlays. That's just not my style of capping. Let's keep on rolling. I got 2 plays in this one. We got the Nuggets and the Blazers. The Nuggets are minus 4.5 with a total of 238.5 in this game. Jake, we're about to talk about the Nuggets. Denver off to a 3-1 start to the year. After they lost their opening game, they have won 3 games in a row. They've covered in all 3. And they've scored 122, 127, and 133. And then they also scored 131 in their loss. This is a Nuggets team that has been scoring like crazy. On the opposite side, you got the Portland Trailblazers, who are 3-2 to start off, 4-1 against the spread. So they've looked really good this year. They lost the opening game to Minnesota. They lost to the Clippers, but they covered in both those games. Last game, they missed out on covering by blowing a big fourth quarter lead. That was not fun. So that was the only game that they did not cover, but they still won that game. Looking at line movement, this one opened up in the 5.5 range, and it's dropped to 4.5. So that's why if I was going to lean towards a side, it would actually be towards the Blazers because a lot of money's coming in on Denver, and the line's moving towards Portland. But I grabbed the over in this game. The way that the total's been going, it started off at 236.5. It's all the way up to 238.5. I got 238.5. This is just a Nuggets team that's been scoring 120 points a game. So until they stop doing that, I'm going to continue to bet it. And I'm 4-0 so far betting it this year. I have Nikola Jokic triple-double just because he's going to keep cashing it. It's finally even money because the first 4 games I got 160, 160, 125, and 120. So I've been getting plus money, like bigger plus money. Now it's just plus 110 even money, plus 100 even money. So I got Jokic triple-double, continuing to do that as well. Vernon saying, I believe 2 men's can be profitable. They probably can. I just don't like doing it. You're just not going to get parlays out of me unless they're like correlated stuff that could work like that. But I really don't have it. Juan, appreciate you following the stream. I got Joker triple-double too. He has to get it because if he does, he breaks the record. I love it. Yeah, he's been – plus I have him MVP. So I just think he's going to have big game after big game. So I like it. Wait, why are you taking Syracuse? Because I like the line movement on it, and I love fading UNC. It's been money this year. You got Toronto. I do got Toronto. How do you feel about Memphis minus 6.5 tonight? I took the under. I think it could be a little bit of a letdown spot for Memphis after their big win versus USF last game. So be careful with the spread. I just grabbed the under. Syracuse game under. I could see the Syracuse game going under. It's Freaky Friday, Blazers. Sure. What do you think about NBA players getting arrested for illegal sports gambling and illegal poker games? That is quite a conversation to have. I might do a separate show or stream or something for that. Trust me, I do not have enough time today to be able to talk about it because, yeah, I have a lot of opinions on that one. But I understand. No, I don't understand. I think Rozier is a fucking idiot, but that's not the point. What he did was stupid, and I'm not surprised he got caught. Let's keep on rolling. We got 2 NBA games. Oh, sorry, more chat. Why Avs? It's Nevada Day. Knights might win, and Avs lost their 3-game road win streak. The Avalanche have gone from a dog to favorite, so it's not really much of, oh, it's Nevada Day. I don't really care about that stuff. It's a dog to favorite spot for the Avalanche. You think the Knicks cover for real? Yes, I think the Knicks cover for real tonight. I think the Knicks kill them tonight. So we got the Jazz and the Suns up next. We've got the Suns at a 2.5 point favorite with a total of 236.5. Both of these 2 teams suck. The Jazz are 2-2 this year, although they are 4-0 against the spread. They have wins against the Clippers and the Suns, so they've already played the Suns, and they beat them in overtime by 4. That was at home. Now it's in Phoenix. Their 2 losses were to Portland and to Sacramento. They covered in both those games. On the opposite side, you got the Suns, who are 1-4, and they're 1-3-1 against the spread. As I mentioned, they did lose to the Utah Jazz already. Their 1 push game in the opening game against Sacramento, which is their only win of the year. Since then, they've lost 4 games in a row. They did cover last game against Memphis, where they lost by 1. I didn't bet this game. I'll be completely honest. The line was all wackadoo in this game because the line opened up at like 4.5, dropped all the way to 2.5. It's up to 3.5, down to 2.5, up to 3.5, down to 2. It's been crazy, and the money's kind of what it is. And then the total's been everywhere as well. If I'm going after a game, I have to actually feel a reason to want to go after it. There is no reason for me to bet this game, so I did pass on the Jazz and the Sun today. Utah +3. I won't talk you off of Utah, just because I think the Suns suck. Tyrese Maxey has been a dark horse MVP, a favorite this season. I think he drops 45 tonight. I hope not, but I like Pacers -2.5. Should I take it? I'm on the Pacers today. I like the Pacers today. Brunson was limping last game in the fourth. That was a couple days ago. I'm not worried about it. Tommy, appreciate you following the stream. We're getting there. We're only 8 followers away now. 7 followers away from 1,500. Let's see if we can get there by the end of the stream. We've got one more NBA game, and we've got 3 hockey games to talk about. So you guys got 4 games to get 9 more to get 7 more followers. So let's do it. We've got the Pelicans and the Clippers. The Clippers are massive favorites in this game, to the tone of -11. With or 10.5, 11 in that range. 222.5 is the total. And yikes, that's a high line. Not to mention, this is a Clippers team that I do not trust at all. Clippers team that's 2-2. I mean, the Pelicans are 0-4, and they still haven't covered a spread yet. They pushed a spread, but they have not covered a spread. They pushed versus San Antonio. And they've just been getting blown out pretty much. They got blown out the last 2 games. So I understand the spread being that way, but I'm definitely not jumping on the Pelicans. On the opposite side, you got the Clippers, who are 2-2 and 1-3 against the spread. Do you feel the need to go after them, laying this many points? I don't. They have wins against Phoenix and Portland. They have losses against Golden State and Utah. That Utah game, they were 9.5-point favorites. Crazy loss there. Sorry. I like the under in this game. This is a Clippers team that I don't think is good offensively, and they're pretty good defensively. They've been getting the job done defensively. And you got a Pelicans team that I don't think they're going to be able to score that much. They've been scoring under 100 points a game. So I did grab the under. I got 223.5. It's down to 222.5 in some books. So under in the Pacers game. Not the Pacers game, in the Clippers game. If I'm playing, I'm laying. I'm not interested in playing that one, NHL. Afternoon, Timmy. What's up, Untouchable? CN Boondy, appreciate you following the stream. I'll follow you, Bo, brother. Thanks. Appreciate it, Kev. How much units are you up this month? I'm not entirely sure. This is for the season. These numbers are for the seasons. College football's been rough. The other sports have been good. Satis, appreciate you following. What about the Knicks? I like the Knicks today. I do. I hate Tulane. I don't know what type of performance that was yesterday. Yeah, that was. I mean, I had UTSA, and I was surprised that game ended the way it did. But what are we at now? Are we almost there? Because I saw a couple people follow. We are at 96. We got four followers away from 1,500. Does LSU get the fired coach boost next game? I know it failed at Penn State. I'll be honest, I don't even know who LSU is facing right now. I'm going to be fully capping the college football card today. Let me go and quickly look. Although that Penn State line's a little bit weird. Speaking of Penn State, but is LSU not playing today? LSU isn't playing this week. LSU is on bye, it looks like. Or are they going up against Alabama? No, they're both on bye this week. If Mitchell doesn't play, should I take the Raptors at +200? Sure. Loco, appreciate you following the stream. Hell no, not against Bama. No. Vandy to beat Texas. I hope, dude. I've been rooting for Vandy the entire year. I really hope Vandy gets to the playoff. I love it. I really want that. Now let's go ahead and head from the hardwood to the ice. And this is actually the only game. This is the only game I have a play in. We got the Avalanche and the Golden Knights. Avalanche are now -115 with a total of with a total of 6.5. Avalanche 6-1-4 this year. 6-1-3 for the Vegas Golden Knights. Colorado is kind of struggling right now. They did win last game 8-4. Previous to that, they lost 4 straight. Granted, 3 of them were in overtime. So I'm not overly worried about teams losing in overtime because those are telling me those were competitive games. Previous to that, the Avalanche won 4 out of 5. And they have 1 loss in regulation this year, and it was a 1-goal loss. So that Colorado has been playing really, really well. Same with the Vegas Golden Knights. They're 6-1-3. And they only have 1 loss in regulation. And that was to Florida. They are 3-2 their last 5 games. Overtime loser to Tampa in that stretch. But I read the line and saw that the Avalanche started at +105 and now they're -115. And that's with the money, a respectable amount of money on the Avalanche. So it's not like overwhelming. It's 57% of bets and 58% of money. But the dog, the favorite spot, give me the Colorado Avalanche in this game against Vegas. I got them at -115. CM Booty saying Ducks money line. I did not bet that game. It was actually leaning towards the Red Wings for me. Question marks follow the stream. Appreciate that. Avs 0-2-1 in Vegas last 3 matchups. Okay. I picked Penn State to upset Ohio State. I don't think they're going to upset Ohio State, but I think it's going to be close. My guy, appreciate you following the stream. And we've hit 1,500. Woohoo! That's awesome. We've gained a lot of followers this stream. So I really appreciate that. Now we're on the road to 1,600. But thank you guys in the TikTok stream for all following. I've been loving streaming the TikTok. I gotta say, YouTube guys, you guys are awesome. TikTok chat, you guys are lively. I love it. First time tuning in, man. What's up, Betswick? C Bundy, Penn State team total under for sure. Ohio State's been really good defensively, so sure. You talk about your the picks you like? Yes, I do, Betwix. YouTube chat, bunch of people in here. Sorry. Pavia is the giant quarterback slayer. Yes, he's been great. Vegas Golden Knights, Nevada Day. Nope, give me the Avalanche. I could see the over in this game. I can see the over. Washington puck line and Ovechkin anytime goal. Hope he makes history at home and not tomorrow. I hope so too. I agree. I hope he doesn't do it tomorrow. McKinnon, Eichel, Nichushkin, Dorofeyev, and Hurdle goal props. Go for it, dude. McCarr +325. It's his birthday. I did not get the birthday with TNT Tage Thompson. Tomorrow, over and anytime goal, Mr. TNT Tage Thompson. For Sabres, no sides. Fair. Tim will do a coconut dance for TikTok followers. No, I will not do the coconut dance. Anybody who's new to the TikTok and just viewing for the first time, one of my pinned videos is what happened when I hit 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. So enjoy that video. And then the video right next to it is my most expensive video ever of me burning a bunch of tickets that were not cheap. What's the money percentage on the Hawks game? The Hawks game, 59% of the money and 66% of the bets were on the Pacers. Betswick, appreciate you following. I got Vanderbilt over Texas. Yes. I like the Avalanche too. Yup. Syracuse not winning. Without Angelia, they can't score at all. Yeah, I just want to fade UNC. It's not really me backing Syracuse. It's me fading UNC. I actually like the over in the UNC game. No. Really? You like the over in UNC? I can't do it. When does college basketball start? Oof, that starts on the 4th. So we're right there. Or the 3rd. 3rd or the 4th. I think it's Monday or Tuesday. Let's look at the Islanders and the Avalanche. Wow. Islanders and the Capitals, I should say. The Capitals are monster -230 favorites with a total of 6.5. And they're that big of favorites for a reason. The Islanders are on a second leg of a back-to-back. And they're coming from Carolina to Washington. Islanders 4-5-1, Capitals 6-4 this year. Islanders have lost 3 straight after winning 4 in a row. One of those was in a shootout. The other 2 were blowout losers for the Islanders. So not really a good run for them lately. The Washington Capitals 6-4. Let's see what they've done the last 5 games. They are 2-3 their last 5 games. Wins against Columbus and Seattle. Losses to Dallas, Ottawa, and Vancouver. I stayed off this game. I didn't really feel the need to go after it. This is a Islanders team that I'm not going to back on a second leg of a back-to-back here, and I'm not going to lay a puck line on Washington. So I can see overs because the Islanders are 9-1 to the over, 9-1 to the over for the Islanders, but I'm not going to be jumping on that because I haven't really been jumping on it most of the time. So this is just going to be a pass for me in the Islander game. Isles over. I'm not going to talk anybody off of the Isles over. Barzal, anytime goal. Yes, because he got scratched and come back. Yes. Islanders team total over. Caps team total over. Fair. Wilson, anytime goal. Go for it. Saints spread and the under. No. Under, yes. Saints, no. Scheiffer assists at plus 170. I will never talk you off of plus money. You like the 76ers? No, I do not today. Would you take Rich with the 14? Take Rice, you mean? I like the under in the Rice game. Sure, I would probably lean Rice over Memphis. Lakers money line. It's a lane show, so Lakers are nothing for sure. Scheifele overshots on goal. He's been pretty good besides the games that I bet him. So we got one more game left, and that's going to be in Anaheim. It's the Red Wings and the Ducks. Ducks are minus 120 with a total of 6.5. You've got the my computers. There we go. The Red Wings are 8-3 this year. The Ducks are 5-3-1. Detroit has won 3 straight games after losing 2 in a row. They've beaten St. Louis, and they beat the Kings in a shootout. On the opposite side, you got the Ducks, who are 5-3-1 this year. They're coming off of a winning 3 out of their last 5 and a shootout win last game versus the Florida Panthers. I will say it was a dog to favorite, but the way that the money was coming in, sorry, it wasn't a dog to favorite. It was Anaheim going from 135 to 120. So the Red Wings turned from plus 115 to even money. And I looked at it. I stayed off this game. The way that the money's coming in talked me off of the Red Wings. The line movement would say Red Wings. The money would not. So the only hockey play I have this year today is the Colorado Avalanche. Your records are barely profitable. The season just started. Dude. Are those your picks? Yes, these are my picks. I love it. Blue Gaze going to Cancun. Be careful, dude. Nick's line is interesting tonight. Undefeated Bulls plus 5.5. LO seems too good to be true. Yeah, that's why I'm on the Knicks. Pacers got 6 injured. Yeah, they do not look healthy right now, but I still took them tonight. Sixers are hot right now, and they're at home. Sixers money line. Against you. I'm against you on that one. But that's fine. You don't have to be on me on this one. Pacers are at home, and they haven't won a game so far. Pacers money line. I like it. Over 5.5 in the Ducks game. Sure. They play some pretty competitive and pretty high-scoring games, so sure. But that's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I will be back again. Oh, sorry, 5 comments in the YouTube. My bad. Ducks money line. Sure. Well, no, I didn't bet that. Sorry, I didn't bet aside. Which teams are going to take the NBA Cup seriously? I mean, they're just regular seasons. They're just regular season games. That's how I would view them. Ducks over. I would lean that way, yeah. Over and Red Wings money line. Gibson revenge spot. Should be a starter for Detroit. Larkin, Cotter, Goodyear, DeBrincat, McTavish, goal props. You want to go crazy with it, go for it. TikTok chat, don't care about home in the NBA. And then on Friday, I was asking Lakers money line. It's a lean that way, did not bet it. But that is going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I'll see you guys again tomorrow with another one. Thank you guys for following, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.